Hey guys, so in tonight's late night entry, I wanted to talk a little bit about some problems that I've been facing and kind of just what things I've been brainstorming on how to fix these problems. And all of this is just really ultra frustrating because it's like I'm a fisherman. Now I'll talk about one of the issues by describing what I did today. So I woke up later because I ended up going to sleep later and I had to finish editing the vlog that I put up for today. Like I've said before, I don't usually edit in the morning. Usually I edit everything at night and I just post it in the morning. However, the vlog yesterday, I started editing it like really late at night. So I did not, by the time I think I got halfway through it, it was 3 or 4 and I was just dying. I just was like this editing. I have the computer kind of just like half asleep and everything was falling apart. So I decided to go to bed, I'll just wake up and I'll finish it up. So I woke up and it just started taking a lot longer than I had wanted it to. Partially because the space in my computer kind of ruined things for me, and also just because I'm very picky and anal, not that kind of anal, when it comes to making these things. I want to make things interesting, but I also want to keep things that I feel is important because they were special to me at the time. Since these vlogs aren't just me putting things out there for people to, you know, watch and just be popular or whatever, they're also because I want to capture these memories to have in the future. Not everything that I put into these videos are 110% interesting all the time to everyone. They may be for some of you guys. If they're maybe not interesting to you guys, it's because I'm taking a risk on maybe a joke or an idea I had, or because it's a special memory that I wanted to keep in there. That's just a little thing that I wanted to talk about. What I was trying to get at is that for the rest of the day, I didn't do anything, not because I was lazy, but because I didn't have anything to do. And that right there is one of the problems. A lot of days are just me sitting around trying to either come up with ideas or just literally I have nothing to do whatsoever at all. And that can be pretty challenging, and it's also challenging to have to be creative every single day. And I know I've spoken to some people who said, oh, maybe you just don't do daily vlogs. Like Christina says that, my mom says that, and some other people said maybe, you know, try spacing it out, try doing it maybe like 5 days a week instead of, you know, every single day. But then again, I am losing my quantity. I may be gaining some quality, but that also puts more pressure on me. It feels so much pressure to have those get really up there and be really great. And I don't really like that pressure. I like more so documenting my daily life. But that also means that I run into the issue like I did today, and I do many other days, where I'm not doing anything and it can be pretty boring. So yes, I want quality and entertainment and funniness and, you know, trueness to who I am and what I'm about, but I also do not want to lose out on that quantity, because the more stuff I can put out there, more people will be able to see that and I'll get a lot more feedback. And also I don't want to miss out on documenting my daily life, because I like seeing and having a video every single day to look back on, even if it may not be the most interesting or fascinating things. For example, like 2 or 3 videos ago when Christina and I went to the abandoned Griffith Park Zoo, that was a really fun and interesting thing that you don't really see those kinds of things every day, so that's why it was interesting. But not every video can be like that. You know, you watch some of these other really popular creators on YouTube, whether they're vloggers or just, you know, skit makers or whatever they may be. Not the prankers, like, you know, the prankers. All those prank people, irritating as hell. But anyway, those creators and vloggers, especially the ones that are really up there in subscriber count, they make it seem like every day of their life is really fun and great and everything. But it's obvious not everybody's life can be like that, so they're leaving out a lot of, you know, the boring or shit moments of it. But for me, of course, I don't want to share everything. There needs to be some privacy and somewhere that you draw the line, but I also try to capture the tone of every day. You know, some days may be really fun and stuff like the Griffith Park Zoo, but other days may just be boring like this. So I try to get, you know, the best of both worlds. But this right here also leads me into kind of another problem that I'm facing that, you know, kind of ties into this. What way do I want to take this channel? I know for a fact that I do like this documenting style, but I do kind of like the fictional aspect, but I know I won't go 100% fictional, and if I do, that'll be a side channel. So I'm kind of wondering if I should like take a day or so off to not have to deal with any pressures from having to make a video and, you know, edit it and put it out there. So just take some time off and just do non-related things to this. Maybe just do some reading, brainstorming, get some ideas, maybe do some writing since I haven't really written anything in a while. Another thing that makes this difficult is that a lot of the creators who are doing vlogs are already popular, so they have a bunch of friends or they have a lot of things that they have to do, whether it's giving speeches or, you know, just showing up at events or meet and greets or whatever they have to do. So their vlogging is like an accompaniment to whatever they have to do. So since they have to do all those things, they have something to vlog about. But for me, since this is like the main thing that I'm doing right now, I don't really have something else to accompany these vlogs. So I'm having to be even more creative, and it is difficult, which is why I'm trying to find something else to do. And what that thing is find a job. And it's not like I'm just waking up every morning and just around and doing all these silly stupid things while I record myself. I actually am actively looking for work. Any contacts that I've made in the past, I'm always getting in touch with them, seeing how they're doing, and maybe if there's something that I can help them with or whatever. And also for my writing career, I really need to start writing more screenplays because I've brainstormed like a great amount of ideas, but I haven't actually had the time to write it because either I'm, you know, trying to come up with some idea to do for the daily video, or I'm editing, you know, the daily video. And I also have some ideas that may work for a book. So I'm not sure if I should be going the book route or the screenplay route, but I don't know. What I do know though is that I wrote a screenplay which I submitted to 2 places, and I've heard back from one place which wasn't great, and the other place I'm still waiting on. Another thing I have coming up is a commercial in November, and we'll be shooting for 2 days, so I'll be helping work on that. In addition to that, there's a bunch of other things that are just in limbo. For example, I've submitted to a bunch of studios, so I'm just waiting to hear back from the higher up people that are in charge of hiring people. So I don't know where that's gonna go. And going off of that, you know, waiting to hear back from people, I'm also waiting to hear back from a contact that I have that is waiting to hear back from HBO and MTV because they have deals going on with them, but they submitted some revisions for scripts and they're just waiting on hearing back so we can start shooting. So those 2 projects for those networks are the biggest thing that I'm waiting to hear back on. And it kind of just is a theme in my life. I've submitted to so many places, I've talked to so many people, and it's just like I'm waiting for a break because I've done my part. I've put myself out there as much as possible, and all of this is just really ultra frustrating because it's like I'm a fisherman and I casted all of my lines out here, right? Just waiting for a bite, and it's just floating in the water. All the fish are just swimming by, getting their work done, doing their things, and I'm just waiting for one of them to bite. And so far, they're just little nibbles here and there. Nothing has really bit. Which leaves me just sitting here and not having a bunch of things to do for these vlogs. But yeah, so those are my problems, and hopefully soon one of those lines will be bitten and I will have something to do to hopefully kind of spice up these vlogs. But until then, all these vlogs, I will still record them. I will still do my very best to keep them as interesting and true as possible. But just bear with me knowing that I'm not just being lazy here. I'm actually trying to get things done and go out there. But it's hard. Finding a career and job and something that you'll actually enjoy and not want to murder yourself every single day over is difficult. So it's going to take time. So I'm sure all of you out there, especially, you know, recent graduates and the people that I went to college with, you know how difficult it is to find not only a career but one that you enjoy, especially if it's one in the entertainment industry, which is like super competitive. But I guess a lot of other fields are also competitive because I applied to Barnes & Noble, the Apple Store, Best Buy, just places that I'd want to work at because they're things that I enjoy and I think I'd benefit from it. Like McDonald's, I wouldn't benefit from it. So all of those places, I haven't heard back from them. So yeah, competitive. I just gotta keep on going, keep putting myself out there, and hopefully one of these days, one of those lines will be bit and I can get this shit started. But until then, keep on keeping on. No, remember to do things. Should that be my thing? Should my thing be keep on keeping on, or remember to do things? It's a little bit easier to say than remember to do things, but I don't know. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night.